Warning! Allied forces approaching. Black boat defenses online. A man must strike while the iron is hot. We must attack with the army we have. Launch an all-out assault and crush the enemy before they reach the lab. Loading Jugger and Zack tag battle program. Violence inhibitor overridden. Hey, I don't mind tight spaces, but Black Hole has tons of dudes. If they rush us, we're gonna get seriously owned. The research lab itself is lightly guarded, so here's what we're going to do. The orange team will guard our HQ and send a small squad to take over the lab. While they do that, the blue team will hit the enemy with everything they've got. The orange team should use their indirect comeback units as much as possible. You can't afford to lose units with good vision while in a fog of war mission. If we capture the lab, we'll get plans for the brick boat. Bricks don't float, Colin. It's called a black boat. Maybe you need glasses. Brick, black, whatever. If it repairs units, we need it. So yeah, again, I don't actually use black boats all that often. I just don't find them worth the money it costs to make them when you've got better units like subs and cruisers and battleships to make. So, for this mission, we've got the orange team and the blue team. So this is the first instance of us actually teaming up against the Black Hole army. So for the orange team, we're going to want to keep Max off that team because he's terrible with indirect fire. And we'll see what skills can we give to Jake. Indirect attack, and if there's anything else, random high damage, defense. None of those are fairly... I'll do random higher damage. That's always useful. Rachel can't have any skills yet. And we will do Sasha and Colin for the other team because they've got the best synergy out of the other three COs. And that will do, I believe. So for this mission, the main plan is to sort of just pound the Black Hole army with the indirect units as much as possible. But that involves having the recon units and the artillery and rocket units as close to the enemies as possible, which is a bit dangerous in normal circumstances, but for this one we should be okay. I'm trying to think. Usually I don't like fog of war missions because they end up having the AI cheat, and I mentioned that in the first stream, but I don't think I properly explained why. So I'll get to that in a minute. Mission 11, The Long March. We're gonna boost a black hole unit and use it against them? Seems kinda cheap. Well, it isn't. You know, Yellow Comic practices a martial art called Aikido that uses an enemy's own power to defeat him. And that's what we'll do. It's a legitimate strategy, just like camping. Now stand tall, look the enemy in the eye, and take that black boat. So yeah, when the AI cheats in Fog of War, you could literally have a unit with 3 vision spaces. You put your unit 4 spaces away, and suddenly the AI will know exactly where you are. It's nonsense. Right. What's the best way to do this? Having the rockets on the cities is always the best way, I think, because it'll get refueled every turn. That black boat can't do anything. And I think the most dangerous unit that we can attack is the sub. So we'll go for the sub. Because eventually it'll end up diving and we won't be able to attack it with rockets anymore. So we've managed to one-hit KO it, which is excellent. Okay, so... yeah. So, out of the other units, let's try moving this recon unit over here. So now we've got a bit more range. It's a bit unfortunate he's in the... So this is what I'm talking about. This... oh, maybe not. The cruiser has 3 vision, where normally as the artillery it only has 1 vision. It shouldn't be able to see the recon unit and attack it. But because the cruiser's got 3 vision, it would be able to see. So that's a bit annoying, but oh well. So let's go for the tank unit here. That's the best value for money in damage terms. And we'll move this artillery here. This one here. Right, so the Neo tanks have more movement and more fuel, so go for the Neo tanks. they should overtake the MD tanks at some point. And hey, that's great. Random high damage. Already working out well. Let's see. We want to have... We want to have the MD tanks not in the range of their artillery units. So we'll move it down here. And I'm pretty sure there shouldn't be any rockets here, but if there are, we'll be in a bit of trouble. But we'll just have to deal with it as it comes. Move this recon unit down. Actually, there's going to be a load of units up in this general direction, so we might want to move our recon unit across. The enemy hasn't captured these factories yet, so that'll be something key to do later. Let's do drop. And then we'll keep the APC as close to our rockets and artillery as possible so they get refueled every turn. Okay. There we go. A unit that can repair other units. That must be the Black Boat. If they're caring enough to help their allies, how can they do this to the land? Healing with one hand and wounding with the other? It makes no sense. Do you think that means there are all kinds of people on their side too? You're the only one who would wonder about this kind of thing, Sasha. You really do have a kind heart. So I like those little sort of intros. The dialogue changes between which COs you use, so it's a nice touch. So, because our recon unit for the orange team is in range, we're going to have to attack the artillery unit here. Let's see how much it does. Yeah, it's not too bad. And again, because the Neo-Tanks has the furthest movement and fuel range, we'll attack the Neo-Tanks with our battleships first. And then we'll move them out the closer they get. Let's see. We want to try capture that airport as soon as possible, really. So, let's move across. And we will move subs out and dive. So this should block it off a little bit. If the trap comes up as a announcement, that'll mean we managed to capture, stop it from moving. So infantry, and that'll do. Okay. Well, Jogo got his power very quickly. So they've joined the Neo-Tanks together. And they're moving the MD tanks as far across as possible. This isn't over yet. Okay. So, artillery can only attack the mech unit. Let's hope we can take it out in one hit. Should do. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this artillery can only attack the anti-air unit. Not too bad. What can this rocket unit hit? Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Can only attack the anti-air unit as well. So, they've been very clever and they've kept most of their high value units out of the way as well. Let's see. I think the MD tank would be the best. Actually, no. Cruiser would be better because sub is in the range of the cruiser. It won't be able to see it, but if it manages to get to the first hit in, that could spell the end for our cruiser. Right. We're going to want to move the MD tank unit. Move the other tank unit. Can it attack? Not worth it. Let's see. Okay, it's across. And you know what? The artillery and rockets are moving closer to the cities anyway, so I am going to drop artillery close there so we can start capturing the factory. I want to move that out of the way so it doesn't get hit by artillery, but then I might be able to hit it. Decisions. Let's see. I think the best one out of these will be the anti-air unit. It's not going to do much against tanks, but, you know, it's just one of those things. Right. Let's see. Ah, they've managed to get their tag power on, so they'll be able to move twice in one turn. So 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as long as we stay out of the range, we should be okay. Yeah, I think we're good. So we'll end this turn here. Let's see. Tank unit is the best option there. I always prioritize attacking a unit over moving it to be able to be in range. It's a bit of a weird decision to make, but I always find attacking when you have the opportunity to is a better proposition than not doing so. So let's see. Will this... Should it kill? Should kill. Yeah, let's go for it. Come on, Sasha. Alright, there we go. So the sub can't be attacked by anything. Cruiser can do 25%. That's not too bad, actually. Let's start capturing these cities. And we will... Let's see... I know there's another black boat around here in the Fog of War section. But there's not much we can do about it. It can't attack anything, so... Fire. It's a bit strange that cruisers can only attack subs with like 100% attack power. You'd think they'd be able to attack other naval units as well, but that's just how it goes. Let's see. MD tank. Battleship. You know what? Power. Let's not give them the opportunity to use their tag turn just yet. And we'll change. Okay, let's see what they can do. Oh, they managed to attack the cruiser. Oh, the recon unit. I forgot about that. Well, it's on the city, so it should be able to recover the health next turn. I think this is going pretty well. Okay, so... I think it's going well. It might not go well, but, you know. Start capturing this factory. Let's see. So that can kill the black boat. That's good. This one will be able to take out the anti-air unit. And then we'll be able to move the other artillery behind our MD tanks as far as possible. Let's see, can that attack anything? No, not really. So we'll go for... Recon unit will be better because they've got the higher range of vision. Right, let's see. Okay, so take out the artillery. And can this kill it in one hit? Yeah, it can. Okay, so take out the recon unit there. Move artillery far up as possible. We'll stick recon unit in the woods. So this MD tank is going to be a problem. So, it's got 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with Adder's ability, it'll be 6 or 7. Let's try blocking it off. And we'll see how it goes from there. And we'll do... Move the recon to the other factory to stop the enemy from trying to capture it. Move lander down to start refueling some units. And we'll change. Let's see if they manage to do enough damage to us to trigger our tag power. So, capture the airport. Finish capturing the city. Capture this city. Let's do... So it's a shame that Colin has weakened attack power with units. Would help out immensely if you were able to choose your own units, which you can do in the harder campaign. But, oh well. Right, let's see. We want to move our black battleship up here. I think by the time their tag power is done, all of our units are going to be out of the way. Right. Move this lander across. So 1, 2, 3. We'll build an infantry unit and an MD tank. There we go. Right. Alright, Jugger and Zack, hit us with your worst. Blue screen of death. Yeah, it's a shame that we're only seeing their feet for Power Surge, but it's just how Nintendo have decided to implement their DS Virtual Console screen settings, and it's a bit of a shame, but, you know, they've gone with what they've gone for, so... I should have moved my cruisers. Oh well.
Complain, complain, complain.
Well, it's just those things where, you know what, I think I'm fine, I'm gonna do this, 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 and this. But then you realise, oh, actually, I should have been paying attention more and thought of this. And luckily enough, that tank unit came from nowhere. And that's just down to Zack's ability, where his movement is increased. And he gets an attack boost on roads as well. But for the most part, their attack power didn't do all that much. It didn't charge up our CO powers all that much, but oh well, what can you do? So, let's see. We are going to try and see if we can attack the Neo tank first with our MD tank, because that would be quite a significant advantage to have. Or maybe the other MD tank would be a better idea. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we can make it. Maybe. Yeah, we can. Okay, so 49%. Get the first hit in. That should help us out a fair bit. Move artillery behind. Rockets as far as they'll go. Artillery as far as they'll go. And let's see. Let's move this infantry unit back. 49%. Zack's tanks get an attack boost on roads, but because we managed to get the first hit in, it should be okay. Stop the infantry from capturing this city in one turn. And yeah, move the lander up. So hopefully, next turn we're able to use the attack power for the orange team. I'm not holding out much hope for it, but we'll see. Right. Fill up our lander. Capture. Okay. We'll move the sub to this side, because it needs refueling. And almost took it out. Finish off the MD tank, so then the black boats have nothing to do. Okay. Yeah, we'll move this battleship out to the right, because this battleship should be able to take out these black boats with the sub. Move this off. That'll do for this turn. Not too bad. The important part is stopping the infantry from capturing the other cities, so... Okay, I think our tag power will be activated next turn. Shame we lost the MD tank. All systems go. Alright, let's unleash our own tag power. And I think this is the first time we've properly used it. I mean, we did it for the mission with the pipe runner, but that was just sort of piling pain on top of pain. So, Orange Crush. Let's blow him away with some missiles. There we go. Right. Let's see. Take out as many of these naval units as possible. Can't reach. And so another thing I love about this game is that the music is fantastic. I mean, for the tag power, it's not actually that great, but the rest of the game's music is absolutely stellar, and I love it. And you'll have noticed if you're watching on YouTube that I've managed to get Grimm's theme as the outro theme, so that's nice. Let's see. Can we do... this rocket can't hit anything. So... let's move it out. And we'll attack the black boat next turn. It's a bad idea, I think. Yeah, this'll do. I'm going to move the recon unit to the north to see if there's any other units around. No, none hiding in the woods. But there is an artillery unit there, so... let's move this onto here. It's a shame that we've lost health with both of our infantry and mech units. It would make capturing these factories a lot easier. It's only got one vision range? Oh, that's terrible. Okay, time to change. It's game time. Okay. Finish off the MD tank. Let's see. So this artillery is the only one that can hit the black boat on the far left. I was hoping for random higher damage to kick in there, but oh well. See this bucket for that black boat. And you might have noticed that I'm not attempting to capture the enemy HQ for this mission, and it's just because I prefer missions where you kill all of the enemy units. I find it sort of satisfying for OCD, just being able to hunt them all out and destroy them all. Finish off this, because it's got the most health. And I do like the fact that this game has the varied map objectives. For example, the mission where you have to stop the missile from hitting the continent. I'm sure there's a few other missions where, for example, if certain units die, it's game over. Let's move there. Yeah, because we're attacking from the planes, we should get an attack boost. Finish it off. And I'm hoping there is no unit in these woods. Yeah, okay. I would not be surprised if there were other units around. Let's see. Okay, so. Let's see. recon unit here. So I don't think there are any more enemy units around this area now. So the next thing to do will be pushing forward. Upwards even, rather. Okay, end. So, 20... Yeah. We'll move this unit back. Actually, we'll put an APC here. Rise the sub next to it. Oh, 12? 12 have fuel? Ah, that's the thing. Another quirky feature in these games is that if you end up sort of moving your units all over the place without actually ending the turn there, you can end up running out of fuel. And I always found that a bit strange. It's sort of like, you're not actually moving to that position, but you sort of are at the same time. Even though you haven't ended your turn that way, it says that you've used up all this fuel. So, let's try T-copters, and we'll push forward as far as possible. Let's see. Let's change. Okay. Has it moved out of the way? Okay, so there wasn't another attack there, so there is only the artillery unit to the north. So let's finish off this black boat here. In fact, I should be checking our intel to see how many units they have. Okay. Captured lava destroy enemy units. So they've lost 20 units out of a possible 26. So there's still 5 around. That's strange. Okay. I'm guessing the other 5 must be black boats. But where are they? Oh, did that? Oh, it's because it's not that turn yet. Never mind. Okay. Let's move up. Nothing else to do but make the slow march forward. The long march, even. And this unit, infantry unit's not going to be much use. It's just going to be intel gathering, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Right. Move battleships up. Landers up. Let's see. Sub's got quite high vision range, so that's useful. Let's build some B-copters, because why not? Right. Yep, no movement whatsoever, so I believe it is just the artillery unit left. Or at least the black boats is not able to reach it, so... Fire! Let's see if we can kill it off this turn. 20%. Come on, we can do it. Yeah, there we go. Research lab captured. Candy will punish. Fear capacitor overloading. This is your mess to clean up, Jugger. I'm leaving for the next battlefield. Zack! Unfair! Unfair! Retreat! 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 We've secured the lab's blueprints and equipment. Now let's head for home. R&D needs to get started so we can deploy the black boats as soon as possible. Sweet! We did it! Now we won't have to send so much stuff to the scrap heap. Yeah, again, I'm not going to be using black boats all that much, to be honest. Unless I find some specific use for them, but, yeah. And I'm surprised we managed to get a full 300 on that. I was expecting speed to be slightly lower. Alright, so... Jake's at rank 3, and everyone else is pretty close to ranking up as well. Only the 1 unit. That's good. 1 unit on both teams, that is. Alright. I'm gonna love this mission that's next. So, after the mistake of last turn, I'm going to be rotating my saves. So I'm going to save in save slot 2. So that was mission 11, and now we're moving on to mission 12.